here. But not to worry. It's going to be okay, and I'll help you tonight to get rid of them. Don't worry. Shh, 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 shh. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. You got this. I know how busy and mentally draining the festive period was, and there was a lot of distractions, a lot of things to preoccupy your mind, and then January hits, and suddenly you're left feeling a little bit more empty, struggling to find motivation or a purpose. So don't worry, I'm gonna help you just get rid of all of those negative thoughts. So please join me for some deep breaths, okay? Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. You can keep breathing in and out, and in and out, slowly, as much as you wish, or you can go back to normal breathing, whatever works best for you. And I'm going to do a little technique now with you, okay? With you. And I want you to imagine when I say I'm plucking from you, imagine it just disappearing. So I'm gonna pluck any feelings of uncertainty. Okay, we're just going to pluck, 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 just removing all those feelings of uncertainty that you may be feeling at this time of year that's contributing to your January blues. Okay, pluck, 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 pluck. And now I'm going to remove any feelings of sadness. Okay, let's remove the sadness, any sadness, remove, pluck it away, pluck, 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 pluck. It's okay. It's okay. Pluck, pluck, remove, 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 pluckety, 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 pluck. I'm gonna remove any sense of doubt that you're experiencing at the moment that's contributing to your January blues. That's right, we're gonna remove all of the doubt. Doubting yourself, remove. your circumstances or your goals. We're just gonna remove. Remove that all away. Okay. There we are. And I'm going to remove any loss of purpose that you're feeling. Okay. So we're just going to brush that away. Brush. Remove that from your mind. Because it's not true. Remove. You are amazing, and it may not seem like it this month, but you have so much to look forward to, so much experiences that you haven't yet had the pleasure of experiencing. Life is a roller coaster, and although there are downs, there are also ups, and you do have a purpose. And I want you to think about your purpose, what it is. It doesn't have to be a long-term goal. It can literally get you to next week. Something to look forward to, meaning a goal. Set yourself something, no matter how simple it may seem, because that will give you that purpose. Because spring is around the corner. I always find this time of the year when the nights are dark, the days are shorter, and it's cold and wet, I miss the sun dearly, and I find that it's easy to lose focus, lose purpose. But so it's all about digging really, really deep and seeing if you can find something to look forward to, something to work towards. Okay, because you've got this. You're amazing. You're so talented. You're worthy. You're loved. You're cared for, and you belong. So really try and remember that, okay? Because we're gonna just get rid of these blues. Maybe try and see January in a different light. Maybe January is really the time for us to spend more time within, learn a new skill, read a new book, have some time away from socializing and focusing on our needs. Our needs are often forgotten about during the month of December because it's so busy. So perhaps you can think about spending more time on yourself, relaxing, being less stressed, and setting yourself some new goals or creating some new habits. I think you'll be amazing at whatever you decide to do. So just keep in there. You have got this. You've 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 got this. Okay. So I'm looking over here because I did bring something to show you, to try on you, to remove your January blues. This here is a UV light. I'm going to shine this UV light helps to replace some of what you experience or the sensations you get from the sun, especially in the darker months. So I'm physically trying to brighten up your life and just showing you. I feel like I'm holding a mini sun, and I just want to shine this to you, shine this to you, and get you to heat on up with this. I think I built it out. There we go. I love it already. Shine it on you, all of you. Feel that sunshine. Sunshine makes me immediately happy. If I wake up in the morning and the sun is outside, I am like, but that might be a Scottish thing because it's always cloudy. So if you live somewhere sunny, either you're happy all the time or the sun doesn't really affect your mood. Okay. Set this here for now for you, okay? So, I'm just going to gently wash your face, wash away those January blues. I have some warm water in here, and I've got a mixture of cotton balls and a little cloth. I'm going to use the cotton balls. Take some out. There. Put some hot water on your face. There we are. We're just gonna wash away your January blues. Wash that away. Like so. And the other side. Get a new one. There we are. Wash away. Washing them all away. Let the cotton ball absorb them. Like so. That's it. Wash away. Wash away. Wash away. And then use the last one I'm going to use on your ears, okay? Gently wash your ears. I hope that feels nice. And the other side. And then we'll dry your face. Shh. It's okay. It's okay, don't worry. It's all okay. Hush. You're okay. January blues be gone. You have got this. You do have purpose. You do have so many things to look forward to. Life is so unexpected. You don't know what's around the corner. That's part of the excitement. Have got this. I know you do. I believe in you. You just get these blues away. And to finish combating the blues, I have my best battle implement yet. The brush. Brush away all of your blues. Brush away all of rid of all your blues. All of your blues. Brush them away. Okay. Now that your January blues are hopefully all brushed away, I think it's time that we read a little bedtime story. I have found one especially for you. Okay, from the Grimm Brothers. And I think that you will hopefully like it. It's called The Frog Prince. Feel free to close your eyes as I read this to you, okay? One fine evening, a young princess put on her bonnet and clogs and went she sat herself down for a while. Now she had a golden ball in her hand, which was her favourite plaything. She was always tossing it up into the air and catching it again as it fell. After a time she threw it up so high that she missed catching it as it fell, and the ball bounded away and rolled upon the ground till at last it fell down into the spring. The princess looked into the spring after her ball, but it was very deep, so deep that she could not see the bottom of it. Then she began to bewail her loss and said, "Alas, if I could only get my ball again, I would give all my fine clothes and jewels and everything I have in the world." While she was speaking, a frog put his head out of the water and said, "Princess, why do you weep so bitterly?" "Alas," she said, "what can you do for me, you nasty frog? My golden ball has fallen into the spring." The frog said, "I want not your pearls and jewels and fine clothes, but if you will love me and let me live with you and eat from your golden plate and sleep upon your bed, I will bring you your ball again." "What nonsense," thought the princess. "This silly frog is talking. He can never even get out of the spring to visit me, though he may be able to get my ball for me, and therefore I will tell him that he shall have as he asks." So she said to the frog, "Well, if you bring me my ball, I will do all you ask." Then the frog put his head down and dived deep under the water, and after a little while he came up again with the ball in his mouth and threw it on the edge of the spring. As soon as the young princess saw her ball, she ran to pick it up, and she was so overjoyed to have it in her hand again that she never thought of the frog, but ran home with it as fast as she could. The frog called after her, "Stay, princess, and take me with you as you said." But she did not stop to hear a word. The next day, just as the princess had sat down to dinner, she heard a strange noise, tap, tap, plash, plash, as if something was coming up the marble staircase, and soon afterwards there was a gentle knock at the door, and a little voice cried out and said, "Open the door, my princess dear, open the door to thy true love here, and mind the words that thou and I said, by the fountain cool in the greenwood shade." Then the princess ran to the door and opened it, and there she saw the frog whom she had quite forgotten. At this sight she was sadly frightened, and shutting the door as fast as she could, came back to her seat. The king, her father, seeing that something had frightened her, asked her what's the matter. "There's a nasty frog," she said, "at the door that lifted my ball for me out of the spring this morning. I told him that he should live here with me, thinking he could never get out of the spring, but there he is at the door, and he wants to come in." While she was speaking, the frog knocked again at the door and said, "Open thy door, my princess dear, open the door to thy true love here, and mind the words that thou and I said, by the fountain cool in the greenwood shade." Then the king said to the young princess, "As you have given your word, you must keep it, so go and let him in." She did so, and the frog hopped into the room, and then straight on, tap, tap, plash, plash, from the bottom of the room to the top, till he came up close to the table where the princess sat. "Pray lift me upon chair," said he to the princess, "and let me sit next to you." As soon as she had done this, the frog said, "Put your plate nearer me." "That I may eat out of it." This she did, and when he had eaten as much as he could, he said, "Now I am tired. Carry me upstairs and put me into your bed." And the princess, though very unwilling, took him up in her hand and put him upon the pillow of her own bed, where he slept all night long. As soon as it was light, he jumped up, hopped downstairs, and went out of the house. Now then, thought the princess, at last he is gone, and I shall be troubled with him no more. But she was mistaken, for when the night came again, she heard the same tapping at the door, and the frog once more, and said, "Open the door, my princess dear, open the door to thy true love here, and mind the words that thou and I said, by the fountain cool in the greenwood shade." And when the princess opened the door, the frog came in, and slept upon her pillow as before till the morning broke. And the third night he did the same. But when the princess awoke on the following morning, she was astonished to see, instead of the frog, a handsome prince gazing on her with the most beautiful eyes she had ever seen, and standing at the head of her bed. He told her he had been enchanted by a spiteful fairy, who had changed him into a frog, and that he had been fated so to abide till some princess should take him out of the spring, let him eat from her plate, and sleep upon her bed for 3 nights. "You," said the prince, "have broken his cruel charm, and now I have nothing to wish for but that you should go with me to my father's kingdom, where I will marry you and love you as long as you live." The young princess, you may be sure, was not long in saying yes to all of this, and as they spoke, a gay coach drove up with 8 beautiful horses decked with plumes of feathers and had a golden harness, and behind the coach rode the prince's servant, faithful Heinrich, who had bewailed the misfortunes of his dear master during his enchantment so long and so bitterly that his heart had well nigh burst. They then took leave of the king and got into the coach with 8 horses, and all set out, full of joy and merriment, for the prince's kingdom, which they reached safely, and there they lived happily a great many years. The end. Frog Prince. That was an interesting story. So, I hope that's taken your mind off anything that's been bothering you. I want you to close your eyes for me now, please. Just close them. Breathe in and out. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you, so please don't take my sunshine away. It's okay. It's okay. Go to sleep. 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 Sweet dreams, my love.